What's poppin', people? We're back at it again. It's your boy Loco Lou.
Keith Adventures.
And me, Joey.
It's just Joey.
It's that guy.
It's that guy.
It's just Joey, that guy. So, it's been about what? 2 weeks, almost, right?
Since we last,
Since we last recorded, and yeah, happy late Halloween to everybody. And
Halloween was fun.
Halloween was definitely fun. I know you guys had an adventure at Rhode Island, and just last night we had,
We're
election
back.
day.
We're
so
back
that's
on
how
the
far
road.
we go back with current events. We
And then
still
this,
have a lot.
And then this
going on.
episode will be released like 3-4 weeks later. So that's how it's done.
Yeah, so that's why I'm letting you know. Election day was yesterday, so we got people cheering, we got people crying, we got people whining, we got people justifying, and it's welcome to America. It's still got to go to work tomorrow.
As I tell some of the people I work with, leave your emotions at home and bring your work with you.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
I'll leave it at that.
There
Man,
you go.
so yeah, man, you missed out on Rhode Island Con. You went with us last year.
Okay.
And you got your
I got my turtles.
you got your turtle signatures from
animators.
the voice actors from the cartoon,
Yeah.
original cartoon. And you had a blast.
Oh, I definitely had a blast
then,
because it was easy. It was
this
an easy
year.
con.
Oh, well, yeah, it was easy.
It was an easy con because we were able to walk everywhere and sit in line and get to do everything we technically wanted to do. Granted, we didn't shop around necessarily. We went and took care of business and then went out and ate.
Oh man, talking about that, they changed the steak again, and it's really good too. It was really good this time. I mean, unfortunately, you got a big fatty piece. I didn't.
Yeah,
What?
Steak.
Talking about the steak.
You
Steak.
sure? Because I remember last time we went, there was a fatty McMaddie walking around thinking she was Patty.
No.
Yeah.
No. We're talking about steak.
We're talking about the meal that we.
I got muscle, and he got a big chunk of fat in his meal. He was like, he was poking it. It was jiggling. No, but dude, this time they had it nice and charred. With,
I don't know what it is.
grill
I
lines.
get, every restaurant that I go to that's not an actual steakhouse, I get the cheap ass ribeye. I don't know.
You get a cheap ass ribeye.
Mine was good.
Yeah.
But no, mine looked like a cut of fish because it had like that.
It had the
indentation,
indentation of a
like
tail.
like Batman's head. That's what it looked like.
So it had a dome piece.
But
Right.
it was charred nicely. You could taste the char from the grill lines and everything. It was pretty good, man. I had it with some shoestring onions, which
Okay.
turned out to look like onion rings.
Right.
But last time we had them, they were thinner.
Yes.
Oh.
And this time around, it's a little more different.
Yeah.
Party foul by Lou.
Yeah.
No,
So
party
the-
foul by me, yes.
So the steak, the char was great. The sides were great. Overall it was a good steak, but
It really
like,
was, though.
a whole lot of gristle, which it happens, right? But it's part of our little setup that every time we go to Rhode Island, there's the hotel across the street has a restaurant in the lobby, and we just let's go get some steak,
The
right?
110 Fire Grill is called, right?
110 Grill, yeah.
Oh,
110
Grill.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember from last year. It was right there, small walk away.
Are you sure you remember, man? Because you were asleep half the time.
No, I was asleep inside the restaurant. I was asleep in the restaurant waiting for the damn steak. But I heard every conversation he had with that waitress,
He
or
like-
waiter, whichever it was.
Steak.
That's what you want.
He's just dreaming of the steak.
But so this year, it was good this year. But its con was also bigger this year in terms of celebrities because a lot of them canceled, and there was still a whole bunch there.
Yeah, there was. I can't remember directly. I know that there was a lot of voice actors that canceled some. So let me run down like the geek list of like the IPs, the intellectual properties that were there. There was a Police Academy reunion.
Yes.
There was a American Pie reunion. There was a Scream franchise reunion talking about old and new.
Okay, so they had like the entire franchise.
Yeah, most of the franchise. Yeah.
Okay.
There was there's a Breaking Bad reunion because they had about
Nice.
4 or 5 of them signing as well. A lot of the anime, not My Hero Academia.
Naruto.
What was the anime
Bleach.
characters, voice actors that were there? I don't remember.
Has Been Hotel.
Yeah.
The Ahsoka cartoon.
So yeah.
Right here, I'm looking here. I don't know. Demon Slayer. That's what it was.
Oh, Demon Slayer.
Yeah,
Okay,
Demon
yeah.
Slayer. You had
They also had about
the
a
cast of Fairly Odd Parents.
Mhm.
Fairly Odd Parents.
So then you had One Piece, and
They also had about 6 to 8, actually maybe closer to a dozen wrestlers there. The Dudley brothers were there.
Dudley Boys.
The Dudley Boys were there.
Yeah.
Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Hardy brothers were there.
Luger.
Lex Luger was there.
Lex Luger looks skinny as shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually, you know what? Though this time he looked better than he did before.
Yeah,
To be
okay.
honest, yeah,
Looking a lot
he
better.
was
Okay.
still skinny. Yeah, he's still skinny.
But he
really
looks
skinny.
healthier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did look
definitely
healthy
Alright, that's
this
good,
time
that's
around.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
good.
Kane was there.
Kane was there. Rikishi was there.
Yeah. We
Bunch
saw
of- bunch of-
Rikishi and
Mick
Booker
Foley.
T, Mick
Foley
Foley.
was there. Yeah.
Was Mandy there?
Who?
Mindy? Sorry, Mindy.
No,
No?
no.
Her fine ass.
Britt Baker was there. That's who was there.
Mm.
But imagine there was 28 cancellations, and there was still a whole bunch of people there. So imagine 28 cancellations, and you had, I don't know, man, over like 50 freaking people signing. Yeah, it was crazy. And they had Dogpool.
Yes, dog poop.
Your Dogpool, you missed Dogpool.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, if you would have gotten Dogpool's signature, there was no way for you to verify it, to authenticate it.
That's right.
I figured as much because it's a freaking animal.
Right. So one of the guys that I know throughout traveling, he was with. Actually, now he's been with all 3 of the authentication companies in one way or another. So
We're talking about bathroom stalls, bedrooms, living rooms,
No,
sheets.
no,
okay.
no.
Okay. No,
Talking
because the way it was set up, I thought it was a sexual innuendo.
Job-wise.
job wise.
Okay, job-wise.
So yes,
Not
the
that- not
bathroom,
that kind of
bedroom.
job.
So it's only under the table then.
So you're talking about like CGC, CBCS.
Okay.
Like he's been with a bunch
XYZ.
of working with all the different companies. So he's the one that said while we were having a little chat with him, someone came up with a dog pool, pop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, unfortunately, we can't. So we've actually had like 100 phone calls and emails all week about this dog thing, and he's like, we can't authenticate it because I think it's half because of like you said, it's an animal,
It's an animal.
and the other half is that it's like it's an imprint.
A stamp.
Yeah, it's a stamp, and well, basically,
Because it's imprint, it's a stamp. It's,
Yeah.
it's
yeah,
not a signature.
so basically, imprint is more or less like your foot or hands on cement.
Right.
Right. So the only way it has any significant value is if there's a signature in it that you can verify, because a signature is like a thumbprint, but you cannot use a thumbprint as verification for an autograph.
I use a thumbprint to verify my phone.
Yeah.
That's not an autograph.
But what was funny is that he's
Still
like,
verification.
well, if you paid for a CGC witness and they stood next to you, then they'll accept it.
Yeah, but that'd be like encapsulating the pop.
Right.
So
exactly.
it's encapsulating the pop and grading it, and then putting down
witness
signature.
But it's not a signature.
They'll get the yellow label
Yeah.
on their pop.
Yeah, I dodged the bullet with that one
Yeah,
because
so-
I was like, "Oh, that'd be cool."
It's still a fun thing to have.
No,
It'd be
it's
fun
a
to have.
fun thing to have, but it's not something that you're gonna have buku bucks over. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not a person.
Yeah, I mean, but if you just have it just for your collection, not for money.
Yeah.
I mean,
Listen,
not for
I
resale.
want to see people who have the Taco Bell dog. Autograph. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
Like, who remembers the Taco Bell dog?
Who knows how long this dog's
in the
gonna
comment
last?
section below, who remembers the Taco Bell dog? Shit, I'll give you credit if you remember the Target dog, because half of y'all people don't even watch TV no more.
Target
The
dog.
Target dog, yeah.
Double credit if they remember a dog for a certain beer company.
Spud McKenzie.
Spud McKenzie.
McKenzie.
From Bud. Come on, man.
That's right. I'm old, but I remember random things.
So it was cool. I mean, I had fun walking around, seeing things, talking to guests. I mean, I didn't get the stuff that Keith got here because I was broke. But I got my cast of the Rick and Morty was there. Cast of Rick and Morty, except for Beth, which upset me. But I met the guy that does Rick. And he was pretty cool. He wanted to see my shirt, and he was like, "Oh, I had
The pickle
this
Rick?
shirt." Yeah. Well, yeah. I had
Pickle
two
Rick.
of these, and they came in a jar,
Right.
in a pickle jar.
Mm-hmm.
So I showed him, and he was like, "Oh, that's awesome," or whatever, And I met Summer Grammer, which is Summer Grammer, Spencer Grammer that plays Summer, the daughter.
Yeah.
And she's a hippie.
Oh, she's
Dude,
a hippie?
The way she speaks, she doesn't change her voice. The way she speaks normal, that's Summer's voice. But she was like, "Hey man, how you doing?" And I was like, "Hey." And then someone came up to her, started talking about drinking or whatever. So she gave me the whole story that every time she gets together in a con with the cast and all that, there's a guy that shows up with some liquor, and he gives everybody a shot, and everybody gets fucked up. And that she learned this time. So when the shots went around, she was like, "Oh," and she poured it in someone else's cup. So she didn't take it. And I was like, "Why didn't you take it? It's a free drink. You always accept a free drink from a friend."
From a friend, not a random,
not a stranger.
not a random stranger.
A friend. They're
We
all
don't
friends
support
here.
roofing anyone.
They're all friends here. But I was like, "Hey, you should have took the shot, your friend." And she was like, "Yeah, but then I would have been fucked up." And I said, "What's better than getting fucked up?" She goes, "The hangover." It's like, you deal with that later. And she was like, "Maybe next time." And I was like, "All right, I'm gonna pressure her into drinking."
Listen,
peer pressure.
Fun fact. If you have a hangover after a good nights of drinking, Pedialyte is your best friend.
Yeah,
right.
but she's talking about getting trashed over a shot. So this guy's doing moonshine. It has to be
It has
moonshine.
to be moonshine.
She said that she would take the shot and get fucked up.
Oh, well,
So-
it's either moonshine or something like Everclear.
Everclear or Diddy Juice.
Oh, did you see what I'm saying? I was like something that Cosby would make or something like that, But she was cool. And then I met Chris Parnell again, second time, and this time I spoke to him more. We talked about Saturday Night Live, which is cool.
Oh, nice.
So he was telling me about his time there and all this stuff like that. And then I asked him about the movie he watched, and he was like, "No, I haven't seen it. And is it any good?" And I was like, "I think Saturday Night was a good movie. If you're a fan of Saturday Night Live, Saturday Night is definitely a good movie."
Nice.
It's the opening night of the very first
episode. Yeah,
now
yeah.
it's not accurate.
It's not, of course. None of the retellings is
Right.
accurate. It's a retelling with some embellishments. So it's basically
not only embellishments, but they take like different things from throughout the season.
Right.
Like there's a song they sing there, and that's actually a song that he sang in the middle of the season, and they had him sing it there, like it was amazing, to try to
trying to juice it up.
Because the way this movie was made is they're saying that they were set up to lose, to fail.
Yeah.
This was a setup to fail because it was Channel 4, basically. Channel 4.
Okay, Channel 4.
So
That makes
that's
sense.
Johnny Carson's channel at the time. Yo, the way they portrayed Johnny Carson on it, he's a total dick.
Oh,
He was
nice.
that Johnny Carson called this guy up and I was like, "Oh yeah, I just want to let you know, say you good luck and all that, but you're gonna fail because this is my fucking channel." Is what he tells him.
This is
Lord
my-
Michaels.
my
he tells
station.
He goes, "My station." Yeah. So like they had the backup ready to go, and they said in an interview they said that was true. They had the backup ready to go, and they were gonna cut him off.
They were expecting them to flop.
But
Right.
no, not even flop. They were gonna cut him off.
Oh.
Like they were just
that's
gonna go
dirty.
to some pre-taped
Yeah,
stuff or a
that's
rerun.
dirty.
But the producer that was gonna do that, he actually had faith in Lauren and let him
Okay.
go. And they were like, do it or not, do it or not. He goes, no, let them go live. And they went live. So that, and it's pretty cool. And that mean, that's not, you're like, oh, that's the ending, but it has no really bearing in the whole movie. It's really good. It's a really good movie. But so we talked about that. It was cool,
Okay. That's kind of like any of the Tupac movies or the Biggie Smalls movie. Everything has a touch of truth with a lot of Hollywood, or reconfiguration of actual history.
Yeah, there's gonna be a little spin on it because depending on who's telling the story or what rights they have. We don't want to get sued later. It has to be cleared by the.
Oh, but all this was cleared. It's just, but they had a guy. They had Milton Berle. A guy played Milton Berle. I'm not gonna say who the guy is. He's famous. Okay. He also won Spider-Man's pictures. The way he portrayed Milton Berle,
phenomenal,
dude. He was fucking. He emasculated fucking Chevy Chase. Which was hilarious. But it was a good movie anyway.
Spoilers.
But but I met them. They were cool. Talked with them. Like always, because you could have a conversation with them, and it's nice. And the only one I'm missing is Beth, and Beth is played by Sarah Chalk, which is the blonde from Scrubs.
Yes.
Or the second Becky from Roseanne. So I have to wait and find and I'm not gonna buy it online. They want $400 for it.
Yeah, and see, and this is something I talked about some of the other people that I got autographs from, because I went around when we went to see Caucus way back, and I talked to Julie Brown. Okay. Julie Brown was Police Academy, and she was also Zatanna on the animated series, Batman animated series. So I missed out on her way back a month or so ago. So I was determined to get the poster again this time, right? So I did. And then at New York Comic Con, even before, let's go back a little bit. At New York Comic Con, I got Tara Strong, which also voiced Harley Quinn, right? And then people were asking me about the poster. Obviously, they see it as I have it rolled out, right? And they was like, oh, that's cool. You got Tara Strong. Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah, but I didn't get the actual Harley Quinn. And they was like, why not? I was like, because she wanted $750. Mark Hamill only charged $3.
I mean, she's dead now, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, hindsight, maybe I should have paid the $750, but I was like, $750? Damn.
Yeah. But I mean, you got what you got, so as long as you got it. So, I mean, that was my thing. And then I met William Shatner, because my dad wanted another picture. He has 3 autographs now of William Shatner.
3.
He has 3 autographs. So when William Shatner, dude, I go, right? And there's a line for me, but he's not there. So I was I'm going to wait till he shows up. And then for a while, he's not showing up. The line's getting big. I said, all right, let me go get in there. And I went, paid for it, got the picture, and then I asked her. I was like, oh, is he on break or something? It's been a while. She goes, no, he's behind the curtains. He's just going to come out when there's a big enough line. Ooh. He just didn't want to sit there and look lonely. So he waited for the line to build up before he came out. I was like, Shatner is a dick. No.
That sounds like keeping the fandom anticipated.
Yeah.
And at the same time stroking your own ego in one fell brush.
Well, I mean, listen, I've done some conventions, and you have someone, Brett Spiner. I always mess up his name, Spiner.
Brett Spiner, yeah.
Right, which was Data in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Right, and I've seen them at a few conventions, and sometimes they legit are just sitting at their table and no one's there. Right, and like to the point where you don't know if it's the actual celebrity or a handler you're talking to. There's just 2 people sitting at the table talking. So I kind of understand, like, don't be moping around, but it's like, oh, I'm gonna have them wait. I'm gonna wait. The big enough crowd. It's not like you're here. You're gonna be here for the same amount of time anyway.
Was he flashy? Was he flashy like he was last year? Because we remember we saw him on our way to the steakhouse.
No.
Or was no?
Right, he was normal. Yeah, he has his sweater.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he had his
ass
ascot.
Yeah, he still had the ascot and
Yeah.
he was still dressed that way.
He's a distinguished gentleman.
Of course, yeah. But he was dressed that way. And while I was waiting there, and I came off, Keith was online for Ernie Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna join Keith.
Yeah.
So I went and joined him.
So, we're standing there, and like, we all know these celebrities for other things, but they're known specifically for one thing, so it's kind of weird, like to ask them, I'm sure there's like a little love-hate relationship with it. So I try to ask them about a random character or something they've done, like I go through some of the movies that I've actually seen.
Your favorite quote.
Right. So he was in a movie, I know there's a couple of sequels, The Substitute, right?
Yes, The Substitute.
With Treat Williams and, so he was in one of them, and he had this quote in the movie. He played like the chancellor of a school or something. And behind him, he would have like these fraternity paddles, like Sigma Chi Chi, whatever, Lambda, whatever. Yeah. And he says, I have the kids do this in workshop. They make these for me, and he does like this kind of like karate move and punches it and cracks, splits it in half. Like,
I remember that. I remember that.
He says, "Power perceived is power
achieved." Yeah.
Right. So he was happy. It was cool that he was happy to hear me say it, and he even wrote it on the autograph for me.
Nice.
So he didn't pay for the quote.
Yeah.
The guy, he just got the quote.
Right. Well, I mean, that wasn't the plan, but like.
No, it never is. I mean, when you quote something to somebody, they, show them that you like them in that position, in that part of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we started talking about different things, and we talked more about specifically that movie, and he talked about where they did the production and so on, and I asked him about like call times, like how long of a day does he work, if he's first on the call list or whatever, and he's like, sometimes if you're like a supporting role, you're only there for like an hour, but you have to be on set, so you'll be in your trailer for most of the day or whatever. And then he was talking about Miami, and he's like, "Oh, it's hot as hell in Miami."
I don't think it's hot as hell in Miami. He was like, "Yeah," because he was talking about
he's shooting something now. He just finished shooting something now, and he's like, "Man, it's hot as hell."
It was so funny. I was like, "Man, it's hot in Miami," and he goes, "Yeah, man, it's hot as hell." Man. I was like, "That's right." But no, because he was talking about. You asked him about the length of filming the movie. Remember, and he was like, back then. Like if he filmed in Miami, it would take 5-6 weeks.
Right.
But what he just did now took, 5-6 months.
Right.
And what he did now took like 4 or 5 weeks.
Right.
To film. He said it was because of the technology. Mm-hmm. And so I'm wondering what movie he filmed. That it was in Miami.
Oh, I don't know. Look out for something coming up with Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson. It might. It could be. Most movies coming out streaming now. So imagine it could be like
it could be a Netflix.
It could be Netflix,
Hulu, Prime, or something
like that.
But yeah, he talked about, because in terms of using film versus being digital, they can do 50 takes, whatever, and they don't have to worry about back in the day you used to say check the gate, and make sure like the film didn't get overexposed or something like that.
Gotta change the reel.
Yeah. But it was cool, and that's what I enjoy about going to ones like this is that you get to talk to them for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, the smaller cons, it's definitely for conversation, a conversation with your favorite actors.
Mm-hmm. But it's funny enough, he felt comfortable talking to us, and we just going back and forth. And then then the handler was like, "Oh, we're gonna have to move along because we just took so much time speaking to him."
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
and remember, he's considered a high profile,
celebrity
there.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I met him in New York Comic Con, it was a quick bypass because his handler was moving him towards where he was supposed to be at. So I think he had like a lunch break or something.
Right.
And I said, "Ernie," and he turned around like, "Hey, how you doing, man?" I'm like, "I love every single thing you've done. Thank you for your work."
Yeah.
And the thing is this, every single thing you've done, and not just Ghostbusters.
Right.
And
exactly.
he humbly appreciates that because it's just like any other actor who has a plethora of films and they're only known for the one. It's not it's flattering.
Yeah.
It's flattering, and especially when you see your favorite actor, you want to know more or less, or any actor that you follow, the stuff that they've done in the past.
I mean, be a fan.
Be a fan, exactly. Right. Because you say William Shatner, right? Name anything else he's been in. And a lot of people were like, I don't know. I'm like, you don't remember Twilight Zone?
Twilight Zone, T.J. Hooker, Miss Congeniality Alley.
Dude,
you know,
like he's been in so many things, and it's like, yes, he's also, you know, he's also been in talk show hosts. Yeah. You know, like he's done a lot. So, you know, plus he was in orbit.
Right.
You know, I was there when it was the coming backs of NYCC when I saw William Shatner. Mm-hmm. And we had that plexiglass in between us when we took a photo, but it was so thin that you couldn't see the glass. So we was able to have a quick conversation with him, but we had to move it because his line was really long, and we were waiting there for a while.
Just remember, he built it up.
Yeah,
he was always in the back.
He was always in the back. No, but see, the thing was on break. No. He it wasn't a back. See, the way they had it set up is that they had the curtains, like, so you know where Artist Alley is at, right? Mm-hmm. So all the way in the back where they normally have nothing, they had curtains where they would have lines taped off.
And they create little sections with a bunch of curtains.
Yes, and the sections with the curtains is where they're at, and they're just sitting at their director's chair, waiting for the next group to come in. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I remember those days. But did you guys get to see Marty or Doc?
No. They were in a whole different section.
So you know, with Rhode Island, they have 2 floors. Technically, when you go in, it's the 3rd floor, and then you take the escalators up to the 5th floor, where they have, like, you know, vendors and celebrities, and then they usually have, like, some of the conference rooms and whatnot, and then there's a completely other building, which is now it's the Amica Pavilion, whatever. Used to be the Dunkin' Donuts Pavilion, something. They got rebranded, but that's where, like, the sports team plays, so it's an actual arena, right? That's where the bigger name celebrities are. But the Back to the Future people had a floor just to themselves.
Jesus.
You remember where we signed for Kevin Eastman?
Yeah.
Up there.
Oh,
but not in the rotunda.
Not in the rotunda.
No. But it
around
was
that
up
area.
There. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there was a woman who was like, "Oh no, you can't come in here unless you have a ticket to the Back to the Future." So we came in peek.
Couldn't even peek.
Not even a peek.
It was all Back to the Future, which, you know, I mean, granted, listen, I understand, you know, but it was really cool being there again. You know, the thing about being online, you know, is always the thing that sucks about it. And then also, like, you know, I did the party foul myself as far as taking too much time with the celebrity, but that was also what happened with the strangest person, I think, to be, like, so excited about seeing was the body double for Ghostface.
Ooh.
Right? So the guy that was in the suit, you don't even see his face, but there were people, like, completely fangirling out, talking to him for like 10 minutes while there's 50 people online. Not that it's not warranted, but it was like, you.
It's like being Kane Hodder.
Yeah.
Where you're Jason and
then
he's playing Jason.
Right.
Yeah, he's playing Jason in the suit.
Right. In the suit. You don't see his face.
And his performance as a person in a suit, it's like whatchamacallit, oh God, forgive me.
He embodies the character.
Yeah, he embodies the character. It's like the actor who did Harry and the Hendersons, who's the same actor, pardon me, for The Predator. Mm-hmm. You know, I think Heller, I think his last name was.
Something like that. I don't remember.
Forgive me, because he had passed away some time ago, and he's basically you know, he's a monster compared to Arnie.
Yes.
So, you know, like that guy, you know, he's a legend. in that aspect. You know what I mean? So I get it. It's like no
Kevin Peter Hall.
Kevin Peter Hall. Thank you. Kevin Peter Hall, R.I.P. Because that dude, creature effects, like that was a guy, and don't get it twisted. Speaking lines and visual appearance lines as you're speaking is acting, but so is non-speaking lines when you're inside of a big suit
Right.
or a constricting suit and you have to perform. That's no different than the stunt suits for Ninja Turtles. That's no different than the stunt actor for Krampus.
Yeah.
So
So when you talk about those big overly suits
over
or
big
cover
suits
up,
that has one
because-
person inside the
Yeah.
suit. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're talking about like Freddy Krueger, that's just
That's
makeup,
prosthetics.
and makeup,
yeah,
or
which
like
is still the
Pinhead,
actor.
which is Doug Bradley.
Yeah.
That's
The
all
Pinhead,
makeup. Is still
right.
the actor because they have speaking roles. They do things.
You can identify the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not knocking,
behind the mask.
it's definitely an art form. I'm not knocking it. Kane Holder is, one great example. Nick Castle is another one.
Miss Castle
right,
is-
for
yeah.
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers.
So I understand it, but like I guess it was strange for me because I guess I'm not hyped for it, but to see somebody else hyped for it, I'm like, I don't know, I didn't get it, but absolutely, like because you don't. He wasn't necessarily advertised as like the body double or anything like that. I'm sure he's listed in a bunch of places, but like. Kane Holder, Nick Castle because it was multiple movies, right? I mean, Scream was multiple movies too, but they changed cast so throughout, right?
Yeah.
There's no one consistent, but it was
except for the main character,
right. Yeah, Nev Campbell.
Nev Campbell. Yeah, for
So-
most of Scream,
right.
for the original, yeah,
So
original series.
that was my little guilty rant on taking too long with celebrities and who like it was strange to me.
But you got that signature though, which is beautiful. You have to see it. The pen that they use.
Roger Jackson, which was the voice of Ghostface. So
What's your favorite
right.
scary movie?
So I get these 8x10, 8x11, whatever metal signs that are movie related. Some of them are hard to find. There's a bunch of artists out there. I'll put a links in this in the description for some of the Amazon ones that I bought in the past. But it's usually like I ask them to use a paint pen or I use a specific color. Like if it's a horror thing, everybody wants to use like red because blood, whatever.
yeah.
Surprisingly, no one did it, but they all used either silver Sharpie or silver paint pen
And
or
Rose
white
McGowan.
pen. And Rose McGowan, I told her, dealer's choice, use whatever you want as long as it shows up. It was a completely black satin, like matte sign, and she used some like kind of like a baby blue, light blue. It came out good.
Yeah.
But Roger Jackson used this pen. It's called Liquid Chrome.
Oh yeah, I have those.
And it's made by, I always say Molotov, but it's not Molotov, it's Molotov. Right?
Molotov.
That thing, no matter how you hold the sign, like,
It reflects.
as an angle, it just shines.
Yeah.
But it pops with because of all the other silver ink and all, and it just you put it right in the middle.
It doesn't streak.
No, it doesn't streak
it
at
doesn't
all.
streak at all.
Doesn't streak,
Put it
that's
right in the
right.
middle.
It dried like in an instant. And he was like, yeah, these are the best markers for anything.
I know. I used to use those for graffiti.
Yeah,
you
but dude,
freaking
it
hooligan.
was standing. That thing.
Yeah, it stands out.
It's beautiful. I couldn't stop looking at it, man. He was holding it, and I was like,
The-
it's nice.
So, FYI, for those who want those markers to stand out on their autographs and make it look a little extra crisp, get those markers.
Right. So in the line for all the Scream people, I talked to all of them. I talked to David Arquette. I talked to Skeet Ulrich. So I try to ask him something about other movies, not just okay. It's like we all know you're here for this movie, and you can kind of fake like you're a fan because you're online for that thing. But I always ask him about something else. So there was a movie called 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
Yeah.
Okay, where it was Kevin Costner, him, a bunch of other people. I think Hakeem Bouwan or whatever his name is was in it too. Where basically the premise of the movie, this guy's a gangster and he believes that he's the descendant of Elvis Presley, but David Arquette was in it, and I said, okay, what was more fun, 3,000 Miles to Graceland or Ready to Rumble?
That's a great question. What did he say? What did he say?
So he's like, Ready to Rumble was definitely more fun. I got shot in 3,000 Miles to Graceland. And I'm like, you got shot? He's like, yeah, I got shot in the leg in that movie. And he was talking about the squibs, the exploding packs that they use in Hollywood. And he's like, yeah, it took a chunk out of my damn leg.
Oh, shit.
So there's an interesting backstory for you. If you ever run into him, ask him about 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
And his leg.
Yeah. So that was interesting. The other one was Skeet Ulrich, which I asked him, obviously, if you've seen the movie, it's like, it's very, at the end, the final scene, it's like with the big reveal, everybody gets stabbed. You think everybody's dead, but it ends up they're not dead, and with all that kind of nonsense. And so I asked him about, back in the day, they used to use corn syrup.
Yeah, corn syrup. Yeah.
For, blood scenes. And he's like, oh, yeah, And so I asked him, I'm like, how many gallons of, like, whatever was used in that scene? He's like, oh, it's like, it's different now. And he talked to me about a movie that he recently did, actually, a few movies that he did, or a show that he did. And he's like, yeah, they use stickers now. And I'm like, what do you mean stickers? He's like, yeah, if you ever see a movie where there's like a big puddle of blood, it's literally like a silicone blanket that's on the ground, just shaped like blood.
Shaped like blood.
So, but he's like, yeah, no, I mean, I was painted with the stuff, but like, and they used a bunch of it in the original screen, but everything else now is like literally they roll out this big blood mat.
So it's pre-shaped. It's pre-shaped.
Yeah, just lay there. They squirt you with some, some fake blood, and it's like, okay, it's roll scene, but it's literally a blanket, and they just peel that damn thing up, and then they go to the next thing.
They got it from Big Head.
Yeah, exactly. They got one of those vinyl things from Big Head.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, I was off to the side, sitting down, falling asleep, waiting for this guy to do the Scream stuff. Mm-hmm. But it was just okay because my back was killing me.
Oh, I'm glad I wasn't the only one who falls asleep at a con.
Well, I mean, there was so many damn signatures and waiting for people.
And Skeet Ulrich had a line.
Yeah, it was probably the longest line that we saw there.
Yeah.
Besides, John Cleese had a long line.
John Cleese had a long line.
Shatner. Well, we're not going to talk about him again.
Yeah.
Ernie Hudson.
False flag line.
Just let it
manufactured line.
Just a reminder, when we were talking about the steakhouse about falling asleep, I was up for over 24 hours. I had went to work and I came
rookie numbers.
Over 24 hours. He says rookie numbers, but this motherfucker couldn't hang either.
You got to step up those numbers.
It was already past 24 hours when I was hanging with y'all.
All right. We'll let you slide on this.
No, he couldn't let me slide because this dude fell asleep. He wasn't up for 24 hours.
I ain't falling asleep. I was falling asleep.
He was falling asleep.
I couldn't fall asleep. The security was walking around looking at me.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
yeah, he was dozing off. And
I'm awake.
Definitely dozing off. Yeah. But I had to keep my eyes open because I'm sure they would have came up to me and kicked me.
Nah, sir, bro. Get up. When the body shuts down, the body shuts down, especially when you do my line of work. Because my line of work, you're in the Comic-Con all day.
Yeah, you're on your feet all the damn time. But it was cool. It was, and then, so I go to the Breaking Bad cast. Okay. And they had, the brother-in-law, which is Dean Morris. They had, Steven Inquisando something. I forgot his full name. Mm-hmm. They had him like with his full government name on the sign, and then they had another sign that just said Steven, right? And then they had the guy that played Tuco, and then they had Giancarlo Esposito, right? So his line was hella long. and I had to wait for all of them to come back to get their autograph. But Giancarlo Esposito's
his line is always going to be hella long,
Yeah.
man. Ever since his role in Mandalorian, he's a Star Wars character now. So
yeah. So everybody's gonna be about it, right?
Yeah.
So I go, and the other 3 cast members are making fun of each other. Dean Morris and the guy that played his partner, and then the guy that played Tuco. They're teasing each other about their lines, and all you can hear is Dean Morris. It comes out the curtain, and he said, "Tight, tight, tight," making fun of Tuco. That's the worst line ever said in any show or movie. Tight, tight. You can't think of anything else, and they're just busting each other's balls, right? So it's funny just to witness it. I go down and I get online for Giancarlo Esposito, and he's got a bunch of stuff. And we know the real throwback of him being in Do the Right Thing. So I see all the stuff on the table. He only has one thing of Do the Right Thing, and then he has all the Mandalorian stuff and everything else from Breaking Bad. So I asked him, I was like, and stuff from The Boys. Mm-hmm. So the person in front of me is getting a Darksaber signed.
Oh, nice.
Right? So he's, picking out the pens and so on, and he's like, and you really don't know someone's personality, so you're watching them, and he's signing it, and he's like, oh yeah, that looks good. That's money. Don't fuck it up. Because it came out so good, he told the guy, don't fuck it up. So I started kind of laughed a little. I go up to him and I ask him, I was like, Gus Fring and the Boys and the Mandalorian, like your delivery is like very serious, like it's like you're menacing. Do you ever cut up in between scenes because like in comparison to what the scene is, and then afterwards kind of blow off steam? He's like, no, I'm a serious motherfucker.
Hey, he gave you a laugh after, right?
Yeah, no, and he said it with the straightest face possible. but he was having hella fun.
That's what's up. That's what's up. See, it's always nice to see people who are at these conventions, right, are for the fans, but it's also for them. And they're able to have fun, and they learn to have fun instead of being like a couple of people that we know that'll just sit there and have nobody show up. Like Timok.
Oh, yeah, dude, yeah. The last.
Like, I want to get his autograph, but I'm like, do I though?
Shit.
Well, I mean,
Maybe.
to tell you, like, it's always my regret when I don't get an autograph, and there's 2 that I regret not getting since I was there and I was waiting around, was the $1 Million Man, and the Bionic Woman. And I'm like, they're sitting right next to each other, and I'm like, so it's like, it wasn't about the money. It was just like, I'll come back a little bit later or whatever. And it's like, when you miss them, you miss them. But it was cool to see them. Those are people like, they're not really shows that I watched as a kid growing up, but I saw
remember them.
I saw the reruns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were all just before our time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was they were there. But you're talking about regrets, man. You have to get them. That's what after they get to a certain age. I mean, even though age don't matter,
Right.
but because you could die anytime.
Yeah.
But after a certain age, you don't know if you're gonna get it again.
Yeah, see, me, I already know I missed out on Back to the Future. I'm done. I'm done so for that. There's not going to be another opportunity.
There's a chance, man.
It's one chance.
I mean, and
I missed out too. I wanted it.
Michael J. Fox may not be it, but you can get a cast signing piece already done. And then just, like if you just want to meet him and say hello and get a photo op, I think he's still going to be doing photo ops.
Yeah,
I mean, he's getting out there more because it's just what he said in the interview that it's like, oh, I need to get him. Yeah. He said he said he feels like he don't have much time.
Yeah.
So that hurts, and it's like, oh, I need to at least meet him, and I was like, $229. You're talking about that at the least to get a signature from him. So it's like, when you're trying to budget.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to budget. Because my crazy ass be buying hot toys.
I'll tell you, man.
And let me tell you, Hot Toys is coming out with some fire.
Listen, cut off or cut down your Hot Toys budget for about 3 to 6 months from the beginning of con.
He says that,
From
but
con season, beginning con season.
Yeah.
From the beginning of con season, which kind of starts like for really, there's a con every month almost anywhere. But if you're gonna stay like
in East Coast,
in the East Coast, con season is like February, March.
Yeah, starting in February with MegaCon and
Right.
Orlando.
Yeah. So start Christmas shopping, Thanksgiving, budget, stack it away.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing: when they start doing exclusives, you want to get them because they're limited to either 2,500 pieces and stuff like that. You want to make sure you get them because I missed out on some of the artisan stuff, which I was able to get some artisan stuff, but it's not the top tier ones that I wanted, except for one of them, and the one of them was Tom Holland Spider-Man because it's the most realistic looking version of him. So, with that being said. T1000 was up for pre-order this week.
Well, let me dial back real quick because you said Tom Holland, and he did mention on Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, one of the two, that Spider-Man 4 is a go. So they're either in pre-production or they're writing the script.
They're in pre-production.
They said they're starting. They're gonna start to film sometime next year.
So we'll see how that ties in.
And it's gonna take place. Well, I mean, the movie itself, not the actual timeline.
Right.
The movie itself is gonna take place right after Doomsday.
Right.
Yeah. So the way that they're filming it, it's going to be crazy because now with the end of the Venom saga,
which I haven't seen.
I haven't seen either.
I haven't seen it either. You got mixed reviews. I don't listen to the reviews or anything like that. Like I look at the numbers. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go see it and justify for myself because I actually enjoyed the Venom films and see them as standalone films, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Granted, you couldn't have Venom without Spider-Man, but that's the comics. That's that telling of the story. This is this telling of the story. Now, with going back to Hot Toys.
Hot Toys, yep.
They did the T1000, and they got him with his motorcycle jacket, helmet. They got him with the hole in his face where Arnold punches him in the face, and his his face changes into his hands.
He shifted around and
so
grabbing his arm. Right.
He's basically a 2.0 with a fly-ass base, looks more like the actor, and he has the rolling eye system, and even that head sculpt that has the hole punched in the face has one single eye rolling system, which is nice. Comes with the glasses, the helmet, the jacket. You could basically get like 3 different looks for him, as far as like him with his final look at the end of the movie where he doesn't have the jacket on, but he still has the boots from the highway patrol officer, right? Or you could take the pants legs and put them on top of the boots and make it look like he did when he was just an officer in a patrol car. So you can change the looks. He comes with his hand blades. He comes with the bullet holes that are magnetically attached to his body. So you know how when he gets shot, he has the impact of the liquid metal. Yes, and
so you could take the bullet shots off and just swap out the head.
You could swap out the head and take the bullets impact off because the impacts are magnetic.
Right. So you don't have to change the uniform.
No.
It's
the only portion of the uniform that you'll change is actually putting on the jacket.
Okay.
And the pants itself. So that's a simple of popping off the foot and putting the sleeves on top of the boot. So I already got the battle damage Arnie. I got to lock him in, but I got about 3 to 6 months before they waitlist an item. So I've been playing the wait game on trying to make sure I pay attention to when they do go up, because I'm trying not to have as many pre-orders, because as many times as I've cleaned out my pre-order list, more pre-orders come up in the sense of things that I've actually wanted. So with that being said, they are finally giving us 2.0s of figures that really, really need it. And the next to come up from the T2 line is a clean version of Arnie. And it looks amazing from the teaser shot that we've seen of the prototype.
Nice.
So, figures like that are cult classics, I gotta get. And we're getting a Blitzway 2.0 Ghostbusters in the 1/6 scale, and that's dope. And also in Ghostbusters news, Mondo is doing 1/12 scale, the real Ghostbusters. Now, here's the kicker.
With the different colored jumpsuits.
Yes, and here's the kicker. In order to get the ghosts, not necessarily the small ghost of Slimer comes with Peter.
Uh-huh.
But to get Sam Hain, you would have to buy the deluxe or the exclusive collector set at Mondo, and it's a timed exclusive and not a limited number exclusive, which they did with Venom, Spider-Man, and a couple of the other 6 scale version figures that they've done. And they end up going for double the market, on eBay, as all things do when they're numbered. And I wasn't chasing those. But the Ghostbusters, to have them in 1/12 scale, that's going to go great with my Biker Mice from Mars, my Street Sharks, my Ninja Turtles.
There you go.
So I was able to lock that in. But also HasLab.
Yes.
They did a Ecto 1 and an Ecto 1A Deluxe. You can choose between the two. Now they finally released Louis Tully. He's available when you place an order for either or. But if you get the deluxe version, you have a conversion kit for Ecto 1 to Ecto 1A with removable vinyl stickers. So the stickers are not permanent. They they're static.
That's the traditional Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 with the fingers out, and then also Ghostbusters 2 they had the LED lights on the side.
Yes, you change the rooftop. Yeah, you
the whole
change
setup.
The whole setup, and the thing is this: they made it so that way that I forgot what they call the graph. It's like a dot graph that they use for the neon light dot graph. So if you were a kid from the early 80s and 90s, you remember these. They had them on belt buckles. You could write your name in it. You could write a whole sentence in it, and you give it time, and it just passes through from left to right. You can literally make these sheets out of thin paper and put them in and recreate whatever it is that you want to say on the signs, because they're slip-offs. So they're going to give you who you're going to call, Ghostbusters, and all other kinds of different logos to slide into there. It's also going to have the light-up feature and the sound effects from the film. And you get the 4 Ghostbusters in their gray suits, their charcoal gray suits.
Nice.
So you get all 4 proton packs, and you get 2 slime blowers. Plus, you get the Slimer and the Librarian Ghost with Louis Tully. All in that pack for I think it was $400. And then you got the shipping on top of that, which I think towards the end of the month, November 16th or something like that. So I got to lock my shit in next week.
There you go. You gotta lock it in, bro.
I gotta lock my shit in next week, so that way I don't have to miss it out.
He's supposed to be taking a break so that he could get signatures at cons.
That's not gonna happen because the cons are done. Cons are done. You remember you said in February start.
Yeah, you gotta save.
I mean, there's one in December, but
you gotta
December I don't go to because December I'm going on vacation.
You gotta save, December, January, February, and then and ball out March, April, May. Not
March. I mean, you go about February, but then there's a huge break because then you have 2 or 3 in summer, and then you have NYCC.
That's if we travel out of state. If we go down to Dragon Con in Atlanta.
I kind of want to do Dragon Con, to be honest.
What's the other one?
Being a board game enthusiast,
right? Exactly.
I need to go to Dragon Con.
You go to Awesome Con in Washington D.C. You go to. You go to some of the horror ones, which is like
Monster Mania.
There's always little ones that pop up here and there in Pennsylvania and Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and a couple other places. But the big dog cons when it comes to autographs, that's it. And we're gonna have to do Secaucus again
Oh yeah,
because
that was good.
they were sponsored by the same people as Rhode Island Comic Con, so you get a double shot of trying to get autographs from people. If you miss them the first time, you go
It's
to
an
Rhode
easier
Island.
drive too.
Yeah,
Talking about SDCC, dude, they postponed ticket sales because they had an anomaly
yeah,
in their system. So I'm guessing they were probably it was probably a DDoS,
Yeah.
or
denial of service for the non-geeks.
yeah, or they were experiencing a lot of bot issues.
Yeah,
because
Yeah,
bots
or-
know how to skip lines.
right, and just sheer volume, which is part of the DDoS, denial of service attack. Just constantly hitting the website. Boom,
So
boom, boom.
we still have a shot when it
Okay.
comes up to see. I was like, hey, it'd be the first time we could broadcast from San Diego one time
broadcasting
if-
from San Diego.
if it happens. Yeah, we have New York Comic Con.
If we go to San Diego, it's gonna be off topic, but I'm sure most people would definitely get it. I'm dressing up like Ron Burgundy.
Just,
I gotta do it.
I mean, right at the airports when I went, because I went for the 50th anniversary, which is awesome, for free.
You gotta add that shit in there.
Of course, it
Freebie.
did. In the airport, they have shirts, and I didn't get it. And I should have gotten them. I should have got a whole bunch of shirts just so I could start wearing them like every day, different color. They just said, "Stay classy, San Diego."
Yep.
That's what it said, and it came in purple, in green, in pink. I was like, I should have just took a stack like $200 of,
There you go.
of those shirts and just wear them. But I did it. But yeah, that'd be cool. Go as the cast.
Yeah.
Get the just.
And
Whammy.
You got whammy.
Whammy.
You just walking together side by side. News team assemble.
Just do the slow motion ourselves. Just
Exactly.
the epic shot where they all walk in together. Yeah, that'd be great though. But we have a chance. So hopefully, when they email me, I could try to see if I could line up again and see.
Speaking of dressing up as Ron Burgundy, right? I convinced Joey to dress as Jack Black for Halloween.
I took that one selfie. No, there's no other pictures other than that selfie I sent you guys.
Yeah, that's the only selfie
So
I
I
did.
flattened my hair out to make it.
And he did everything I suggested. I'm like, dude, all you really need to do is put on a Mario shirt, throw on a blazer,
And I got my Mario
part your
shirt.
hair.
Yeah.
Well, it was Yoshi, but it's
Yeah.
Mario themed.
It's Mario themed.
Mario
And-
themed. Throw in a blazer.
There you go. See?
That blazer was a little too small for me.
And he brought his sunglasses. And I said, yeah, bring the blazer that's a little too small for you so that way it fits the Jack Black motif.
Exactly.
And you know what? It worked. It fit, but I don't think many people got it.
Not even the guy that we pointed out as Nacho Libre.
Oh,
when he
my
walked,
God.
this guy dressed up,
Right.
and we said Nacho,
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, you guys, the only ones that actually pronounced it right." And I was
Yeah.
like, "How would you mispronounce Nacho?"
How do you not do that?
Nacha.
Nacho?
Nacho,
Nacho.
Nacho Libre.
Lebre.
I mean, he says it, so I don't know how you mispronounce something he says he is. Like,
Yeah.
it's like you're telling me your name and I just
But
mispronounce it.
we need to start the social media campaign of not Jack Black. Hashtag not Jack Black.
I'm gonna be shaving this soon. I'm gonna be trimming it down.
So that by next.
Where's your hot comb, bro? You
know?
need to put that hot comb
I
to
have
the
the hot
beard.
comb.
You got to bring that bitch down, bro.
Yeah,
So-
this is because I've been home all day. Like I'm working from home, so I don't comb my beard or anything. And
Of
then
course,
when
Jack,
they make
Jack
calls,
Black doesn't have to leave the house unless he needs to.
And even if he does, he doesn't take off the beard.
That's it. So by
you guys don't make me stay with the beard, huh?
by
I'm not
next-
going to make you stay with it. That shit grows in back in the freaking 2 months.
by next convention, we're definitely gonna be Jack Black and then his entourage.
exactly.
I'll tell you,
Don't sound like him. I can't even talk like
it
him. I
doesn't,
can't do even
it
a
doesn't
voice.
matter. It doesn't matter.
I'll get the Bowser costume and I'll walk in as Jack Black as Bowser.
Yeah, just keep the hat. Just keep the head off, and just have the neck
No,
down. suit.
No, he
'cause
has
you
it
have-
where the
he
head
has
is like
it-
it's open,
okay.
so you.
Yeah.
His head is the
It's like a onesie
Yeah.
that he
Onesie.
wore.
So there you go. You can walk around
He's
with
like,
that. I'm telling
I
you.
thought everybody was going to dress up like this. I'm the only one sitting like this.
We're gonna
in this suit.
have we're gonna have exclusive access because they'll be like, oh, Jack Black, I'll talk everybody up. You know how I'll do it. I'll go to all the
And I even
booths.
combed the beard out. I
Yeah.
lifted it up here. I combed it out, brought it out like that. Because he always has it out like that. And I did all
Yeah,
that.
he wolfed the shit out of it, bro.
I'll
was
talk
at
to
the
all the vendors and all the
Still have to
whoever
come
I
in the
need to
car.
talk to and say, listen, he wants to keep it private. It's hard with the
He
crowd.
can't speak.
It's hard with the crowds, but can you give us an opportunity to whatever, and they're gonna let us in. And they're like, Mr. Black, it's a pleasure to meet you, and you just nod and shake hands. And I'm telling you, it'll work,
dude.
So he has laryngitis.
So I end up dressing up again as
Laryngitis.
Black Myth Wukong.
Okay.
So Monkey King, for those who don't know, it's a video game, Black Myth Wukong, and a couple of people recognized me. And dude, it was funny and it was sad because at the end of the night, my staff fell down and it fell to pieces.
Oh, it shattered.
It didn't shatter. It fell to pieces, the pieces that it came in as.
Yeah, but it looked like it shattered.
It separated.
It dropped and said, Tsh. I was like, oh.
Yeah. So basically, I was able to glue everything together. So, but that was Halloween. Halloween was short.
Enough night. What we never did was speak about. Not trying to change subject, but
No,
we
go
never
ahead.
spoke
No,
about
good.
is the cigar.
Oh yeah, we never spoke about the cigar we smoked.
Nope.
So
what we have here,
So this is a box press tatuaje.
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 So it's a nice little dark wrapper. I'm trying to get the name here. I can't see it.
Cojono, whatever. 2018. A good smoke.
Yeah, it was. What do you think about it? Because we kind of like we were like, let's try something different.
Yeah, we came up and just started talking about the stuff that we haven't done in the past couple of weeks because we haven't seen each other for a couple of weeks besides Comic-Con. And they have been together at that previous Comic-Con.
Recover from Comic-Con.
And I'm recovering from work.
So it's a Robusto.
So
A Robusto Extra.
So I selected these cigars. We was looking at them, looking at cigars to buy, and I was like, you know what, I'll get these.
So we have fun enough, it's tatuaje.
Tatuaje.
Yeah.
The factory it comes from, it's My Father's Cigars.
My father's cigars. Look at that.
It's an Ecuadorian wrapper. The binder and the filler are both Nicaraguan. It's 5 5/8 by 54, which is the inches and the gauge. And the ring gauge.
54.
But continue on that. I want to mention one thing. This week, a new cigar's coming out.
The Series O.
It's the cereal from League of Fat Bastards. So they're gonna have a couple, right? They're gonna have the Coronas, which are 5.5 by 46. Their boxes are not gonna come in 13 cigars per box. They said it so it's more affordable because you have it here. The box 13 for the Coronas at 149, 150. Then they're gonna come out with the Robustos, which is 5 by 50. That box of 13 is 162. Then they're gonna have the Series O Toro, the 6 by 54. That's gonna be 175 for the box. You got the box pressed Series O, 6 by 60. That's 178. And then this one, it's pretty funny. It's a 4 by 60, and it's called the Giggly Piggly. Now the Giggly Piggly, he mentioned it in the virtual meeting. I mean the virtual
virtual
meetup, and it's a playful nod to law enforcement officers. So he says it's playful. Is not meant to be derogatory. Derogatory. Sorry. Well, I'm terrible at words. But because it's used as that, but they do it as a playful nod to law enforcement. They said because he backs blue. He said he's Australian. So it all looks good because the way they talk about this, he said that this cigar is not for the faint of heart. It's gonna be a full body cigar. It's a Mexican Negro Oscuro wrapper. It's a Dominican binder
Yeah.
and a Nicaraguan filler from 2 separate regions in Nicaragua. And then it's tailored for the seasoned smoker. So it's a full body experience. It's a different blend than the L.
So
And it's much bolder, more complex, more intense smoke. It's highlighted by bright coca and cherry notes paired with a deep, earthy richness and a heightened spice profile. So it's gonna have that spice kick to it.
Nice.
So definitely not for the first time smoker. You
Nope.
know.
If you want the first time, go the L.
you know,
And then if you
build
want
up
to
to
try,
it.
you build up to it. So that's coming out the 8th. So that's
2 days from now.
A couple of days.
From this recording, 2 days. We're supposed to be getting that email. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm about to hit him up.
Yeah.
Because he said that we're gonna get a link
go.
and we're gonna get first dibs on buying. And I was like, I really
I'll
want the first
definitely
dibs.
buy a box for sure.
Oh, I'm definitely buying a box. I might get the Giggly Pigglies for my dad for fun. Here you go, Dad. Him being a former law enforcement. And then I'll probably get the Robustos from what it looks like here. Probably the Robustos or the Toro. I'm not really sure. Toro looks pretty big though.
That's what she said.
6x60.
It's 6x54.
She wasn't complaining.
Okay. So, when we talk about ring gauge, 54, 55, 50, 60, whatever it is, it's millimeters. So, an inch is 25, 2 inches is 50. So, you figure 2-inch round, diameter. 54 is, 2 1/8, something like that. So, so you could gauge, the thickness of the cigar. It's not like a Lancero or anything like that, which is like a thin cigar.
Which, funny enough, they said they come in with that later on.
Yeah,
Lanceros
are
usually
usually
one
like
of his favorite cigars. He says
Lanceros are sometimes like a 40 or something like that. Or
they're thinner. I think they're thinner. Yeah. Because we have
cigarillo.
Yeah, almost like that. Well, no, a little thicker than a cigarillo. But because we have a 46 here by the Coronas, so that's gonna be a bit thin. So those are coming out. The wrapper looks great. The box looks great. And right at the tip, they're going to have a band. And to let you know, again, as we always mention, that 40% of the profit goes to Men's Health. So right there, you can take a look.
That's nice. I like that.
You see that?
I like the display on the box.
Yep.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's a nice little box. And having it at 13 cigars does make it easier to buy. Because usually 20 or so you're spending $250 and up.
Yeah.
Imagine my father loves my dad, not my father's cigars. My dad, he loves the Julius Caesars.
Yeah.
And those things, a box 20 came out to $400+.
Wow.
So imagine, he got a cool lighter, cutter, and a cigar tray. Ashtray, cigar tray, an ashtray, but like $400+, and they give him a discount because he goes to that shop all the time. But not bad, $130, so $140 for 13. I might buy a box, and then a week or two later buy another box just to stock up my very, very empty,
very anorexic and dying of starvation. Humidor. Which I'll be posting up a comparison of Mr. Keith's humidor versus my humidor. And then right next to it is just going to be an empty blank spot, which will represent Lou.
Of course.
Lou's humidor.
Yeah, know why? Because whatever I get in hand, I smoke. So it's done.
But here's the difference, okay? So mine is like maybe not even a third full, but I have a smaller humidor than yours.
Yeah.
So in comparison, it's a smaller space with more stuff in it.
See, I just walk over to the cigar lounge, and they hold everything that I need right there.
Yep.
Exactly. That's your humidor.
That's my humidor.
Take a picture of the store. That's Lou's humidor.
Yeah, that's my humidor. And every time we walk in
collection.
there, they want us to come back on Sunday.
Yeah, we came to buy today.
Okay.
And the guy was like, hey, miss you guys. When you going to pass by again on a Sunday? And I was like, soon enough. Unfortunately, this Sunday, the Giants play at 9:30 in the morning because they're in Germany. But I was like, yeah, we should.
What time do they open? Are they going to broadcast it?
Are they gonna? Well, they are broadcasting it, but I don't know what time the cigar shop. 9:30 in the morning. My cigar. He better have some coffee there.
There you go. Let's have a breakfast cigar.
Oh, listen, they're definitely gonna have coffee. They always offer coffee while we're smoking.
Lou won't show up till 4.
Yeah, pretty much because I'll be sleeping.
That's fine.
That's why I'm like, hey, we're gonna do it. Let's do it around that time, so that Lou can show up. If not, like last time, man, we go and he'll grill us some burgers. Yeah, I have a whole box of Bubba burgers in my freezer. I feel like bringing it to him. Like, here you go, man. You can grill this.
There you go.
Right here. So that's my contribution.
Or she can grill it.
Well,
oh yeah, Keith missed it.
Oh, Keith, but that was during the week. She wasn't there during the weekend.
Oh, dude, that was the week of the con.
What?
That was the con.
That was the week of the con, was it?
Yeah, because you.
Oh
banging
yeah.
your cousin.
Yeah. That's why he didn't go. Yeah.
Yeah.
He walked away married.
Yo, you would have saw that. You would have like this. Hola, cómo estás? He would have put on the ginger, and switched that up to Latino right away.
Yeah. He would have been speaking perfect Spanish.
Yes.
Sí, yo sí hablas español.
No, see how you did it there?
Yeah.
It would have been even better.
Yo, you would have sounded like the Bustelo man.
Man, listen.
It would have been like if we put you on channel 41 or 47 in New York for the Spanish channel.
Telemundo.
For Telemundo.
I'm a blank canvas. It comes, it waves in and out. Sometimes I'm real gringo, and sometimes I'm bien hispano. As the situation needs.
But yeah, but I just wanted to mention that because the cigar's coming out soon, and we haven't really mentioned cigars in I think the last 2 or 3 casts.
Yeah,
we really haven't, and we need some.
Well, that's because we were smoking Keith's Supply. That's why.
Rated
True. It was the Oliva for like 3 weeks in a row.
Yes.
Raiding my stash.
I mean, it's not like you don't have enough.
But also, it was my turn to buy.
I have enough.
Yeah, but it was my turn to buy anyway, so I was like, oh, let's go.
We have enough.
What's it? Trying to co-op my stash, man.
We have enough, comrade.
Oh, dude, it was con muff. No, it was con muff. A con muff with budgeting.
We're budgeting. Definitely budgeting. I got no signature con month. I mean, in New York Comic Con, so imagine. I got more signatures at Rhode Island, which, by the way, I met Tara Strong. She's smaller, as in
height-wise.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
smoking, bro. I don't care. Put it out there, man. Smoking.
ooh.
I was like, oof.
So
she was in there?
basically, I want to be a Hot Wheels on that body.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh shit.
Be like, when I die, you'll be reincarnation. You want to come back as.
All right.
Wait,
for those who don't know,
terrible.
For those who don't know, when I reference the Hot Wheels car, right? See, I always refer to a beautiful woman as a playground, right? I'm gonna have fun, And the thing is,
and we're canceled.
No.
We were canceled a long
Long time ago.
We were demonetized and canceled for sure.
But when a woman is very curvaceous, right? I would rather be a Hot Wheels car on that body, taking all the turds into every canyon I could possibly go to.
You know what that sounds like? That scene in Armageddon, where he's like that.
Oh
Yeah, but that's her face.
yeah.
But that's her face.
Oh yeah.
Dude, she has a body and a half, and it's redonkulous for a woman that does so many voices. I'm like, how come you're not like live on screen?
Live action, well, it ruins the experience.
She doesn't want to be sexualized. She'll do it herself.
I mean, she's well.
She'll do it herself.
Listen, it was great meeting her. I met her at New York Comic Con. Oh my God! Fantastic.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Let me be a Hot Wheels car real quick.
But the thing is that she looks. I don't know. Even in the pictures,
she's petite.
She's petite, dude. Like her waist, I could look at this. Like it's crazy.
I love it when it's like that.
It's crazy.
I love it when it's like that.
I'm like if that guy that was next to her was a man,
probably
lucky.
Probably because he was with her at New York Comic Con too. So.
As well, yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, she signed my Tinkles Pop from Rick and Morty.
She signed your Tinkles, huh? She signed your Tinkles.
That's the name of the character.
No,
huh? That's the name of the character. She gave me Tinkles. No, the name of the character is an imaginary friend called Tinkles. She's like really girly when it comes to that. She signed Tinkles, which I didn't ask for. She put it on there. That was extra, but whatever. She put Tinkles. She signed her name, and then she put little tiny hearts everywhere and everything. And she goes, "Isn't that cute?" And I was like, "Oh, that's adorable."
Oh man!
But yeah,
that's adorable. Let me smell your hair. So
what are you doing? Nothing.
That reminds me. I said this on the last cast. One of the guys went to go meet up with whatchamacallit, Scarlet Witch, which is Elizabeth Olsen. Mm-hmm. And I said, when you met her, she smelled good, didn't she? And he's like, oh my gosh, she smelled amazing. I was like, motherfucker, you lucky.
We're weird dudes.
No, see, no. No, see, listen. We're visual creatures. We're men. We're visual creatures. But a scent is a scent.
Mm-hmm. That's all. That's even girls will go for scents.
Yeah.
That's why there's colognes and stuff.
Yeah, a scent is a scent. That's the marker. That is the marker. That's
I don't
like-
know what you guys talking about. I smell like cabbage.
That's what it's like.
And there's the blanquito in it.
Boiled cabbage.
Boiled cabbage.
Boiled cabbage right there.
My Irish heritage, man. Cabbage.
Cabbage and
Corned beef.
corned beef.
I'm not actually Irish. I just look like one.
Nah, he
got the
he-
red
he-
beard.
he-
Keep his red beard.
yes, he's a red beard. He's a red beard Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I'm an anomaly.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Because my mom is a redhead, and I end up having.
Is she?
Yes.
Yeah. No, no.
Yes. Yes.
For all those ginger lovers out there.
Yes. Yes. And my grandmother's a redhead, so I know you're gonna love that one too.
Yeah, Granny too.
Yeah.
This is generational.
Yes. So.
Make my cacaruya.
But here's the thing. No.
Call me Grandpa Joe.
No. But here's the crazy part. So on my mother's side of the family, my grandmother and my mother are the only ones that are redhead. Everyone else has dark hair and they look Native American. My mom and my grandmother are the ones that have the European features, which is crazy. On my father's side, same thing. But he has brown hair.
But it's all right. Shout out to the gingers because we're also drinking some Jameson Irish
Jameson.
whiskey.
Yeah, that's right.
Whis-
That's right.
whiskey?
Whiskey.
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 So Jameson triple distilled Irish whiskey.
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 I'm glad I'm not the only one with a speech
You know, as I draw from the cigar, I'm trying to say whiskey at the same time, and it's a whiskey.
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 So as we finish this smoke and we finish this bottle, we're gonna finish our conversation, and we're gonna say to finish us out, Lou.
Yeah, this is your boy Loco Lou.
Keith Adventures.
And me.
That
Joey.
guy.
That guy
Not,
Joey.
Hashtag not Jack
Not,
Black.
Hashtag not yet. Okay, we say so.
Okay, if you say so. Well, this is Cigars and Ash. Reminding you guys, chill out, get your smoke, light one up, and kick back and relax. Enjoy life, love life, peace.